Welcome back. We know you've got a lot of uncertainty right now when it comes to your money, and 11 Alive is committed to getting you answers and asking the experts. Financial expert Andrew Poulos is here to offer some insight. So please text your questions to 404-885-7600. He's a great resource. Please remember to include your name. Good afternoon to you, Andrew.
Hey, how are you?
All right, so let's begin with JR. He is asking, I am disabled and don't work. My wife does work and we file joint taxes. I get my money direct deposit. She gets our tax refund via direct deposit. Which spouse will get the stimulus?
If it's a joint return, both will get the stimulus, $1,200 apiece, providing that they are under the phase-out limit, which they probably sounds like they are, so they'll get a direct deposit to the account that's on record from their tax return with the IRS.
Okay, even though he has disability, it's the same for both.
If they file a joint return, the IRS is going off that adjusted gross income on a joint return.
Okay, all right. Lewis wants to know, what are the restrictions to taking your 401k money out?
There aren't any restrictions. With the stimulus bill, Congress is allowing folks to pull money out as an early distribution without the 10% early withdrawal penalty. So that's the plus to it, is you're not going to have a 10% early withdrawal penalty, but it is still going to be taxable on your 2020 tax return next year as taxable income.
Oh, it will be. Do you know for how long people can take it out without a fee?
Unless they extend it between now and the end of the year as of present.
Okay. Sandy wants to know, can I get any relief for loss of rental revenue for vacation property?
What I would say to Sandy is that she should go onto the SBA website, sba.gov. Do not follow any other links. Go directly there and apply, Sandy, for the EIDL loan, which is supposed to be a $10,000 cash advance. And there's a section where you will drop down and select that you're a landlord applying for assistance due to loss of rental income.
Dennis texted in and asked, I'm self-employed and also work at a restaurant, so both. Can I apply for the unemployment insurance program for both jobs under the same claim?
The way it's going to work is if Dennis has been laid off by his restaurant employer, the restaurant employer is required to submit the unemployment claim on his behalf. Okay. So that's one. As far as self-employed individuals, gig workers, freelancers, all those that are in that demographic, they're going to qualify for unemployment under the extended federal unemployment passed in the stimulus bill, but that's not available just yet. Department of Labor, Georgia DOL, and US DOL are working on that, so he's not going to qualify for the self-employment portion under the extended right now.
Jeannie says, I have a small alteration shop, and since the school and everything is closed, I have no business at all. The landlord still asks to pay for the rent. In this case, what can I do? Do I qualify to apply for unemployment or anything that can help me through this hard time?
Yeah, it's definitely a hard time. Jeannie's going to qualify for the extended $600 unemployment weekly benefits once that kicks in, and they get that ready. The Department of Labor gets that ready. In the meantime, she's not going to qualify for any regular unemployment unless she has been paying herself a paycheck and there's wages on record with the Department of Labor from the previous year. As far as the rental situation, I would encourage her to try to work with the landlord. Ultimately, there's a moratorium on landlords being able to file evictions and banks being able to foreclose. So probably not much that the landlord's going to do. It's just a shame that the landlord is not willing to work with her at the moment, though.
Yeah, just keep talking to your landlord, explain what's going on. Lynn wants to know, so this is a long one here. She says, I was laid off before the coronavirus. I received the maximum 14 weeks of unemployment insurance, which ended on February 29th. I still don't have a job and most likely will not because of the coronavirus. She's over the age of 60. Am I eligible to receive an extension?
I believe the governor has extended from 14 to 26 weeks, so he needs to reach out to the Department of Labor to see if he can get the benefits extended to based on the new guidelines from the governor. So he sounds like he should be able to qualify for some added benefits. Even
though it ended more than a month ago?
I believe so. Again, I would refer to the Department of Labor on that one. It's all going to become a case-by-case situation at the moment from what we're hearing.
Deborah wants to know, if you work for a small business owner as a part-time employee and he files taxes on the behalf of his business but doesn't take taxes out of your paycheck when you're paid, are you eligible for the stimulus check? And if not, what can you do now to qualify? And no, I didn't file a 1099. Everything's in there.
Okay, so there's a lot in there. Let's dissect to get to the core of the subject, which is the employer filing taxes has nothing to do with her. It sounds like from her, the way she's phrasing the question, that she is treated as an independent contractor. If there's no taxes withheld, that would indicate that she's being paid on a 1099 independent contractor basis. So she's truly not an employee based on tax law. She's self-employed as an independent contractor. She's only going to qualify for unemployment under the expanded guidelines as far as the stimulus bill. It boils down to back what we've been repeatedly saying over the last week. If you haven't filed a tax return for 18 or for 19, then you're not going to be anywhere in the system to get that stimulus check.
You should post a cheat sheet on your website or Twitter account, Andrew. It's a lot of the same questions, right? But we're getting it. We're getting it. All right, so don't go anywhere. Andrew is going to come back with us to answer more of your financial questions. Keep sending them in. Text us at 404-885-7600. Remember, text, don't call. Please include your name. We'll be back.